Hey, everybody, welcome to Bizchicks TV. This is the place for tips, tools, strategies, and everything that you need to take the hassle out of your hustle so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Today is Tuesday. The digital diva is in the house. Terry Johnson online from New York City. She is here. She is ready. So, without further ado, we're going to get started. TJ, we're talking about the marketplace of attention today.
Yes, we are. I want to say Happy New Year because this is my first show back, and we will see what we will see. Like, how long can I go? I will try. I apologize for my voice or coughing or whatever. I will try not to. This is a test run. We'll see what we get. And this is called the marketplace of attention. And what am I talking about? So let me reference my notes that my lovely assistant gave me. So this has to do with the meta announcement. So let me show you that first. So if everybody doesn't know, let me bring it up. It is the community fact checking decision that Mark Zuckerberg made. And okay, I got to get acclimated again. It's like learning again. I have an article from Vox. I will put the link in. Let me share it. Now, can we see that? Okay. Let me go
Yes,
back.
we can
Okay,
see
so does
that.
everybody know about this? Meta announced this. I'm not sure. Was it last week?
I think it was last week.
Okay. Because I'm trying to remember. Every date's so foggy for me. So this is it's titled "The Danger of Meta's Big Fact Checking Changes." And what has happened is that Mark Zuckerberg has announced that there's policy changes that will do away with fact checkers on Meta's all the Meta platforms, reducing restrictions on the posts users can share. He said this is meant to address political bias and curtail censorship, and this has to do with the incoming administration. So that's in this article. So what's happening in lieu instead of fact checkers? Facebook will employ a community notes model like the ones used on X. So if you haven't been on X in a long time, there's something called community notes that if somebody posts something that's fake news or information that's incorrect, the community, that means whoever sees it, can put a note on saying this is not true. So X is not, going through and fact checking it. The community does it. So Meta is going to do all of this on all of their platforms. So it says as it operates on X, community notes allow users to add context and corrections to other people's posts. So there's some studies saying, that it is not a great thing. And also Zuckerberg says that he will relax the policies for moderating posts and allow more content on issues, including immigration and gender, instead of taking them down. They also want to add in more political content. So let me give you the link if you haven't read or heard about this. So let me get rid of this and come back. So I'm going to put this in the chat. So this has gotten people upset, and I've seen comments. Excuse me. I've seen comments on threads about we're leaving. We're shutting down all, and these are users. We're shutting down all our Meta accounts and we're leaving because this is going to lead to hate speech, more stuff that happened on X, like the stuff that people were leaving X because of the miscommunication, the hate speech, the bullying, the whatever you want to call it. So Meta was kind of protecting people from that using a third party fact checking service. I forgot the name of it. It's in the article. So Meta's not going to use that third party service. And I think the third party service was I think it was a organization or a nonprofit or something. I was trying to remember what it is. It has a name and it's some company or something. So they're not going to do that. Meta says you're on your own. Now, what does this mean? That means if you have not curated your feed like I suggested, and you've gotten rid of all of that stuff that you want to see, and you told Meta, this is what I want to see. If you want to see unicorns and rainbows, you could set it up for that. Or if you want to see knitting or cooking or travel, any of those things, you have to curate your feed. And if you haven't done that, now that Meta has gotten rid of this fact checking process, that things will come through that you don't want to see. Now, things will still come through if you curated your feed, but if you have curated your feed, you have a fighting chance. Okay, so now this is upset everybody. On top of what's happening next week, people are leaving. Now, I posted on my threads, I said 2 words, Cambridge Analytica. Anybody remember that?
Yeah.
What happened? Was it 2018? I can't remember the date.
Yeah, nothing too much happened.
What was the talk? Oh, we're leaving.
We're leaving.
We're leaving. We're deleting. We're no longer use Facebook. We're upset. We're mad. And I said, that's just talk. And it came out to be true. It was just talk. People didn't leave. Why? The marketplace of attention. Okay, so now I set this up for you. Let me read my little notes before we discuss that. So the marketplace of attention is about grabbing and holding people's attention no matter the cost. Platforms prioritize content that sparks quick emotional reactions. It's easily digestible. That's short videos, little snippets, and encourages fast engagements of likes, shares, comments. And remember that social media platforms are here to keep people, users, us on the platform. They don't like links. They don't like anything that takes you from Facebook to YouTube or, that kind of thing. Even though we can do it, they don't like it. So if they see you doing it, they're going, well, okay, we're not going to tell this person, but that little link you put in, that's going to slow your post down. And you're not going to be exposed to all the people that you want to be exposed to in the marketplace of attention. And you can say, hey, that's wrong, but are we paying? Do we get to decide what Meta does? I'm not saying what Meta is doing is correct. It's that we don't have a say in it because we're the free users. We provide the data. We provide everything. So what do you do? So now there's a discussion about everybody going to Blue Sky.
Why?
We going to YouTube.
That might be a good move.
So can Blue Sky handle all of these people?
No.
Excuse me. Does Blue Sky have the marketplace of attention?
Nope.
Because remember, Meta has almost 3 billion. Have they reached 3 billion accounts? 3 billion users. Now, those aren't daily active users, but those are the total number of people that they have in their marketplace of attention. And remember, that we talked about this before, the most popular place on Facebook for everybody is not the feed. It is Facebook Marketplace, which is a marketplace of attention where people sell things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't noticed, selling, live shopping, all of those things, that's where the hot moment is now with all of the platforms. TikTok Shop, Instagram has shopping, live shopping. There's a live shopping app called something. I can't remember the name of it.
Whatnot.
Is it Whatnot? I'm not sure the name of it.
I think it's Whatnot.
Okay. Excuse me. So, what do we think about this talk of the pitch? I call it pitchforks and fire and the angry mob. We're going to get the monster. Everybody get together in the village, and we've got our fire torch, and we're going to get Frankenstein monster. What happened with that before? Because we've been in this spot before where there was something that Meta did. People got angry, and they said they're going to delete all their pictures and they're going to delete their account. We're never using it again, but they never did. Now, there will be, now, this is my feeling. There will be some people, yes, that will leave because this is a different feel and attitude than it was then. And you
Hmm.
can put in political side, all that stuff that you want to put in, but people will still stay. Excuse me. People will still stay. There will be some people that stay because the marketplace of attention, right?
Right.
We talked about this. I've said several times where the attention is. It used to be in the mall. It used to be here. It used to be there. Now it's online. And I remember saying something years ago about Periscope marketing, something about people coming to the surface, getting what they need, and going into private communities. Well, you can see that that's happened. This is going to
Yeah.
drive more private community because this is the conversations I've seen that, oh, we're going to use Blue Sky, or we're going to Spill, or we're going to this app, or I've heard talk about fan base. We're going to fan base. We're going here and there. Or they said, hey, it's cool. We got a private family chat somewhere.
So people are not congregating to the Death Star, like you like to call it. They'll go to the Death Star to go shopping, aka
Mm-hmm.
the Facebook Marketplace, but then go
Mm-hmm.
back to their little, shall I
Right. Their
call
little
it a silo?
enclave, their enclave, their little private cul-de-sac, whatever you want to call it.
To their other community where everybody's talking.
Something that's non-meta related. That's the feeling I'm seeing, that it's okay, we'll build, or we already got it. That's not everybody though.
No.
That's a small niche community of it. Because Facebook is the Meta's the Death Star. It's still the Death Star. Even though you don't like what they've done, even though we don't like that Zuckerberg is now cozying up to the new administration, I'm not shocked. Meta's a business. It has to cooperate with the new administration if they want to keep in business, doing taxes, doing this, doing that, not being called in front of the Congress like it was before. Zuckerberg is the CEO. He is doing CEO things. Now, you don't have to like it, but he's doing business things. I'm pretty sure personally, I don't know him, but I'm sure personally, maybe he doesn't want to do it, but he has a big corporation full of thousands of employees worldwide that he has to look out for. And it's like, hey, maybe I need to play nice with this new administration. What do they want? He even went to meet the new person and they had a talk. And that was another thing that people got angry about. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's the CEO, has to do things in a business manner. There's business and there's likable. Oh, I don't like this, but it's business.
Right. It's like you may not like the particular person that's coming to save your house.
Yeah,
Do we care? We just want them to do their job.
yeah, do your job. His job is CEO, is the captain of Meta, a large corporation, global, where in other countries they don't have this problem because the EU has laws that we don't. Again, here's another place where the EU is ahead of us because they have laws that protect their citizens against things like this. And so it's only happening here in America.
Hmm.
So what do? I see a lot of people upset. I understand being upset. And we're going to Blue Sky. Blue Sky is not ready to handle all of these people. It's not ready. So
Yeah. And yeah, and I have Blue Sky, and I'm like, okay.
it's yeah, all right, whatever.
You got
But
to get. It's a lot of work getting it started and
yeah, it's new.
finding people.
Yeah, it's a new house.
The
Got it.
furniture is not quite in place yet.
I don't feel comfortable yet. It's a new house.
Mm-mm.
It's new. And
Now,
speaking of houses, I want to say, I feel really bad for what's going on in California, the fires.
yeah,
Horrible. And we
yeah,
pray for those people.
we do. It is
So
getting better.
yeah. So and keep praying that everything gets better. So, but that's a horrible situation to be in. So complaining about, oh, Meta doing this and that, it's really not in the scheme of things in life, when stuff like that is happening and we've got new administration coming, I'm like, I really don't. I was like, yeah, whatever. But there are people that are upset, and I'm like, well, you got two choices: curate your feed, ignore stuff, delete, block, or delete, or don't use it, or go somewhere else. I mean, this is what it is. But it gets back to the marketplace of attention, because we as business owners are here because this is the marketplace of attention. This is where people are. If they're at, if they're at the local swap meet or the local flea market, we would be there, right?
Right. And yeah, then that's what I was saying. Everybody gathers in the marketplace and then go back to friends and family somewhere else.
Right. But as a business owner, I want to be where everybody's congregating. Where's everybody? Are they
Right,
in
because
front
we
of the
did
TV? Watching TV? No.
no.
Hmm.
Okay, so we did this in high school or whatever. Everybody wanted to go, like you said, go to the mall.
That was the thing.
Meet meet up with your friends at the mall, get a hot dog, get a
Food
pretzel,
court,
a
go to the
lemonade.
movies, see who did, who's got, oh, did you see so and so at the mall with so and so? And you go to school and you talk about that. So are we doing that? No. Everybody is doing this. Okay. I don't know how to explain it. And you could be mad with Meta, and you could, but this is what he has to do.
So this is like finding your niche communities. I was at a business conference
Mm-hmm.
or a retreat, and they talked
Mm-hmm.
about finding the community that supports what you do. If you're a writer, you're going to go
Yes.
to a writers community.
Yes.
If you are you're a YouTuber and you're creative, you're going to go to communities that help and spark your creativity.
Right.
So you're not going to just be everywhere. You're going
Right.
to find that place that finds you.
And there was a place a long time ago that did that. It was called Google Plus. Loved it.
Yes,
Interest based. So
they're
we had
trying to
Google,
bring they're
yeah.
somebody's trying to bring it back, but
If
not.
we had Google Plus now, then we would be like, yeah, Meta, whatever. But and we're not at Google. We're not at Alphabet. I don't know. Google has a habit of bringing up platforms and tools and things like that and trying them out and then just dropping them in the hat. And you're like, well, where do I go? What do I do? Same thing that's going on with TikTok.
Oh, there's a story.
Yeah. So things are happening. It's in the court. The deadline is approaching. But what I've seen in the last week is that Gen Z is downloading a new Chinese app called Red Note. It's called Red Note because it doesn't have an American name, because it is in Mandarin. The app is in Mandarin. It is, from what I've seen, it is supposed to be the TikTok that they use in China. So Gen Z is first off, they're getting Duolingo to learn Mandarin, to use this app and put it on their phone. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Red Note.
And
It's not called Red Note. It's some character.
yes, but the thing is, they are willing to learn a new language.
They are willing to open their phone to a new Chinese app that it's not even catered to us. It's not in English at all.
And it doesn't have English, as the apps that we have here. We put them in different languages for people. This
Because
one
it's
is not.
not for China. This is the app in China. They're not concerned about America. But for some, I was trying to figure out, how did they find this app? It's supposed to be TikTok like and used in China. Called,
But
and it said Red Note, but it's in quotes Red Note because it's not Red Note. It's not an American name.
but is it in
In the
is
app
it
store? I haven't
in
looked.
our app store? That's the
I
thing.
haven't looked. This is
I'm a
like
look.
this is like new. Like I just I see the chatter. Like if I go to X, I see the chatter. If I go to Threads or whatever, and I'm like, okay. So when you go to the App Store and you type in Red Note, there is no Red Note. It is a red icon with Mandarin characters, and it says number one is social shopping, and it says
Oh,
get.
I see it.
You see it?
Yes. And it
Is it
says
is it called
discover
Red?
diverse lifestyle.
But look at the icon, look at the title,
Mm-hmm.
look at the description. Can you understand that? No.
Nope.
Okay, so here's a little bit. So the description is in English. Xiao Shongshu is a lifestyle platform that inspires people to discover and connect with a range of diverse lifestyles with over 300 million users every month share their life experiences. Now, this app was smart enough, and it's the developer is Zing something like I don't know Mandarin. Um, it says download Zhao Shongshu and get inspired by connecting with a range of diverse and interesting people from all over the world. Share and discover the beauty of the world through Zhao Hongshu. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just trying. Um, but this is the talk of social media for Gen Z because of the ban January 19th TikTok. They're like, what do we do? What do we do? So instead of going to YouTube or Instagram or there's a clapper, there's a this, there's a that, lemonade, whatever. I've seen talk about this red note. I was like, well, what is it? I didn't go to the app store to look, but I saw an article and I saw the picture. They took a picture of the corporate building or something, and it had a red square with some Mandarin or Chinese characters on it. I was like, what in the world? So this is what's going on. Excuse me. I mean, it I can't even think about why they would want to do this.
Um, because they're being defiant. I was going to put on my meta glasses and see if I could have it translate,
Mm-hmm.
but my glasses are nowhere near me right now. Um, just to translate it, you know what I mean? Because Siri should be able to translate. Somebody should be able to translate, and maybe that's what they're going to use, right? Or
Sure. Translate into which language? Arabic, German, Spanish, French, Italian, Japanese,
hey, stop.
Korean, Brazilian Portuguese, Russian, or Mandarin Chinese.
Oh.
Alexa, stop. Something over on my desk. Something.
Hey Siri, stop.
Something stop. Siri, stop. Something over there. I don't know. One of them things.
Well, mine was going off and said that it will do translation in Mandarin Chinese.
I gotta wait for mine to talk. I don't know, one of those over there. So I went to you. I haven't Googled anything on Red Note. It was just I filed it away. I was like, and then I'm not feeling well enough to look. I was like, yeah, okay. Hey Siri, stop. There we go. So what to know about Red Note, the app that Americans are downloading in case of the TikTok ban. So I put the link in the chat if you want to take a look, or just Google Red Note and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff come up. So it's called Xiao Zhongshu, or they're calling it Red Note. Excuse me. So I'm really like what?
Why is my question?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Why? I can't even think about the why of it.
Because okay, we've had other things go down. MySpace is no longer here, and we survived.
Exactly. It is something about TikTok. Now, there's been talk about TikTok. I think Kevin O'Leary, one of the people from Shark Tank, the TV show where they have the people pitch their I think he's got some consortium and they're trying to buy it. There was a rumor today that Elon Musk is buying it, which is not true. So, I mean, it's just I don't understand it.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Even if they let you buy it, they're not going to give you the internal workings of it. All of the stuff that's under the hood that makes it work. You might be buying the name, but they're not giving up the algorithm and all of that. Why would I give you all that?
And
For you to prosper from it.
excuse me. Here's another, I don't know if it's rumor or whatever. They're saying the name is named after Little Red Book, which is it Mao, the guy
Mao
that started,
Zedong.
yeah, he started the communist stuff. So they're saying the that is named after that. So I'm like, there is just so much craziness around this red note that I'm getting. As soon as I heard the story, I was like, the alarm bells went off. I was like, just keep TikTok. If you're going to go to this, which it is a Chinese app in Chinese, not in English.
So you don't know what you're
what
getting.
kind of data they're getting off of your phone. Which takes
Look, and that was the whole problem with TikTok, is
TikTok.
what they were, the things, the data that they were
They had,
pulling.
yes, they had proof that it was taking some of the journalists' data,
right?
Which is proof of they're taking stuff. Now, do they want the average American? I don't know what they're doing, but think about what's on your phone: your private information, your banking, financial. You might have social security information. You got vital data. If you use the health app on the iPhone, all your health stuff is in there.
Right.
So do you want to put this red note next to your health app?
Okay, look, there's already things that can happen, which is why people don't like Apple too much, because the Apple locks up everything.
Right.
But if you are not using a phone that locks and protects your stuff, you are at risk of anybody getting whatever they want. They can just go in there and start shopping on your phone.
Here's the deal. You could say, well, it's the app in question is there. I don't use it. Well, here's the thing, Fran, and I keep telling you the story about WhatsApp. And I had WhatsApp installed. I was not using it at all. And the story came out that it has the hackers that could hack other things on your phone because WhatsApp resided on your phone. Didn't have to be open. It resided. It was on your phone. That was the door that let them in to your phone.
And I had WhatsApp on my phone because my daughter was out of the country. I was not using the WhatsApp, and I normally wouldn't have had it on my phone.
Right.
But okay, she's traveling. Let me just make sure. So next thing I know, I get a text message and it's from WhatsApp. And I'm like, I don't even have WhatsApp open. I don't have it connected to my contacts. And I was like, oh no, you got to get off my phone. And somebody was, hi, how did you get in the house?
There you go. So I had installed WhatsApp just for curiosity. Like, oh, okay, whatever. And I was like, I don't really need it because I had Messenger and I never deleted it. And I read that story. I was like, boop, I deleted it. So it's not about you using or opening, it's that it resides as files, as an open connection. And this is why it led Apple to do all the things like now it will say ask app not to track and it's close to, that's why. Because you don't have to open it or use it. It resides as an app. It's just sitting there in the background watching. It's just sitting in the background. Do you want that? No. So these are some of the things that I'm like, I don't understand. The TikTok ban is because of that, but you jumped out of the frying pan into the fire.
The red note.
And I think I mentioned this before, that was one of my concerns, that Gen Z especially they do not care.
And
It's
they
all,
and they won't care until it hits home later.
yeah. Oh, why is my account empty? Why is my data hacked? What happened? Well, you downloaded Red Note. I'm not saying that Red Note is doing anything, but I'm not going to leave my door unlocked when I go to bed. Do you leave your front door unlocked when you go to bed? Oh yeah, everything's going to be fine. Cuz I could do it. I could say, "Hey, we got a front door that's locked, that's electronic, and you need a key fob." I don't have to lock my apartment door. No. Somebody could get in behind, and it's happened several times. Unfortunately, a young lady lost her life because she wasn't paying attention to who came in with her. She didn't pay attention. She had a ear listening to music, came in. The guy snuck in behind her. You cannot do these kinds of things where you leave the door unlocked going, oh no, what could happen? No,
Mm,
no. So these are some of the things that I'm like, Gen Z is not concerned. They only know that these old people in Congress is trying to take away their fun. You're trying to take away my fun. I'm selling. I have a business. I do blah 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 blah. Why are they doing this? They're not concerned with national security. They don't pay attention to the news. They don't. Those things don't apply to them. Some of them. I'm not gonna say all of Gen Z, because some are concerned. Some do pay attention to politics. They want to get into politics. They want to change things. But the majority of them, based on this news, I just gave you the link. Go and read it yourself. They are going crazy for this Red Note. It's not even in English. And they're trying to use it because TikTok is being banned. And what do? How about
and
do something else? How about let go?
right. There was remember the other young lady. She created an alternative to. I don't. She was starting another app you introduced us to, for people to get on. Uh, and I don't know where she is with that right now, but start your own app.
And
Yes.
there are others. I named Spill, Fan Base. There's a
Mhm.
couple others that are niche based or community based. And again, I was saying, if TikTok gets banned, where does the attention go? Where does it go? We don't know. But as business owners, we have to pay attention to the marketplace of attention. You have to pay attention to that. So when I saw all the stories about people leaving and we're deleting, they're very angry about Meta's choice, and I understand that. But I'm not here to share, personal stuff. I don't do a lot of that. I'm here for the business side of it, the business aspect, because this is where everybody's hanging out. So you want new customers, new clients. The potential to get that is in front of the place where everybody's hanging out. It's not the mall,
Nope.
not Main Street. Used to be Main Street. Not main. Well, it used to be Main Street, and the mall came, and Walmart came, and all these Target, and now here we go.
Yeah, it used to be everybody went downtown. I remember we used to go to Crest,
Yes,
Woolworth, all that. We go downtown
yes.
and do all
Saturday
of that.
shopping. Mm-hmm.
And then you would go back to the suburbs, to wherever you lived,
Mm-hmm.
to go back home. And then you had, things in your neighborhood that you did with the neighborhood. But for the most part, you went to town, did all your shopping, did all of your, gathering the stuff that you needed, maybe saw a couple of people from the store and stuff, but then you went back to home, and then you had your neighbors down the street, and then you had Mr. Milkman and whoever, but you went to town.
Right.
Everybody went to town.
Right. So
Facebook is town, or the unfortunately TikTok that building is being shut down in town, so you
yes,
might need to figure out another store to go to.
yeah. So all of this to say that I don't want to jump the gun and say delete your fate, delete, that what these people are doing. Some will do that. Excuse me, sorry. Some will do that. The majority will stay because I'm going to tell you another thing I like to study is human interaction, human behavior, human habits, psychology. I read a lot of business books based on that because you need to be in the mind of your target audience, know how they're going to shop, know their behavior. Because that way you can make your plans and be in front of them where they need to be. Right?
Oh my gosh, people do not like to move.
There you go. There you go. Case, I
You
hate to bring this up. Case in point with the fires in LA, a lot of people unfortunately lost their lives because they didn't want to leave that house. And it's because it's a habit. Humans are a habit. You have gone to that house every day. You lived in that house. Your memories are there. Your children's first steps or pictures or baby shoes or name anything. It's there. So we as humans are pattern. We do patterns. We do behavior patterns. So if you've done something by rote every day, and then here comes an event that disrupts that, you don't know what to do. You don't know
you
what to do and you get angry. A lot of things, but this is what it is.
right. And there were visuals of people trying to save the house with a fire hose, and they said, man, we got to go. And they left. I'm talking literally, flames are coming and that water hose was not helping a thing.
Right.
And so they said, we can't stay. We're going to need to leave. And they got out. I'm like, leave fire. So there are people who are not going to move until perhaps a fire is lit under them.
Unfortunately, one of the stories I read, the elderly lady that her family members was trying to get her out, and she was like, no. And I'm like, I would have picked, if that's my grandma, I'm picking her up.
Picking you up. And
because the grandma was like, she didn't want to leave. The whole family was evacuating the house. We got to go, grandma. She's like, no. I had to pick, hey, strap her up in a chair. Something.
A sheet or something.
Something. You're stronger than grandma.
Go.
Unfortunately, but again, in the moment, in the excitement, in the danger of it, you're not thinking clearly. So a lot of people didn't think clearly. Unfortunately, they're not here with us.
No.
But this is what's going on, where human behavior is you have a house. You built this house. Everything is there. This is where you go. So now a lot of people, I heard on the news, like, where do we go? What do we do? One family was like, they lost everybody in the houses. So the guy was like, well, I would go to so-and-so's house, but they don't have a house. And we would go to so-and-so house down the block. They don't have a house. So there was nowhere to go.
And they're going to figure that out. And they're going to figure that out.
Right.
They will rebuild.
Right. They will rebuild.
They're going to figure something out. Everybody is going to figure out a next move.
Right.
Because you have to.
Yes.
A change was forced on you.
Right. That's it. Change was forced on you. So you're so used to doing something by rote, or going to Facebook, or going here, or, from home. You get up and go to work, come home. There's my home. There's my home. Now there's no home, or there is nothing there, or I can't go there because the hate speech, the this, the that. The brakes were taken off of Meta. The brakes. So you feel unsafe. A lot of people say they don't feel safe, but I'm like, this is where you have to take control as much as you can. Just like the people that are going to rebuild, they're going to take control as much as they can.
Yes. And with, I was going to say WeChat, but not WeChat, with TikTok. So you're being forced to make a decision to go someplace else.
And they're going to red note.
And that may not be a good decision, because it might be a worse decision than where you were. But are you just moving because you're mad?
TikTok is this thing. I don't know what it is about it. It is very addictive, more addictive than all of the other apps. And there's been documentaries and movies about social media and the addictiveness and the this and that. But TikTok seems to have an extra on it. Like it's an extra addictive thing on it.
The Pied Piper is playing and people are being sucked in. Come on in.
So
Come
we're
on in.
thinking, okay, TikTok's not going to be there. You're going to figure out what to do, right? But they're not doing that. They're going, okay, we'll get something even worse.
Right. I think I watched Roberto Blake's YouTube about TikTok, and he
Yeah.
was talking about what are you going to do, gave us insight on what you can do after
Mhm.
TikTok, life after TikTok.
I
Should
saw that
have
video.
that.
I didn't finish it. I saw some of it. I got to go back and finish it. But I'm pretty sure he has some great advice because he does have great advice about especially YouTube.
Mhm. Life after TikTok might be YouTube. It forces you into another neighborhood.
Right. But see,
That-
if you're thinking straight, these
yeah,
people are not
well,
thinking straight because
there's
yes,
that.
yes, we've said go to YouTube, go to, and that was the discussion. I was like, where are people going to go? A small contingent will go here and go there. But now there's another fly in the ointment.
You
So,
just got pushed out of the other house. Okay. I don't want to go to YouTube, but now you're over there. You might find like, wow, this is nice over here. And you're getting views, because YouTube shorts and TikToks are kind of the same.
but see, here's the thing. And it's one of the reasons why I feel like people don't want to do a YouTube. And I think we talked about this. It's harder to start, and there's more effort that you have to put in to grow. Whereas TikTok is more, hey, you take off right away. You don't. There's a laziness factor to it. YouTube doesn't have that, but YouTube has sustainability and growth long term. I think we talked about farming. I think I might have brought up a farming analogy because that's my grandmother and my grandfather and stuff like that. But they don't want to do that. And the evidence of that is this red note that they don't want to put the effort in.
And you can just throw anything up and people are just going to watch.
Because the algorithm, TikTok does that.
Now I put up a short about breakfast or something a while back, and I was like 500 and some. I didn't think I was going to get that many, and I haven't gone back to see how many people have watched the short.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, so I don't have to do long form.
No.
I can just do a short.
No.
And it's just something that's on your mind, the same thing you would do with TikTok.
Exactly.
And put it over there.
Right. And see how that works. But Gen Z is not going, if they're not there already on YouTube shorts, they're not going. I can see it now.
Do you think they may, this is just a question, do you think that they may go to Snap?
There's been talk of that. But remember, Snap skews younger. When I'm thinking about these Gen Zs, I'm thinking older ones.
Well, I'm talking about Gen Zers may revert to Snap because
I think we talked about that. They may go. I think I said they may go there. They may go to Instagram. It's not. They're not going to go a whole group in mass to one or the other. They're going to break off into smaller groups. They will go to Snapchat, but for some reason, here it is. The red note is jumped in front of line. It said, "Hey, come on over and hit my car. Get in here." And they're like, "Yeah, China app."
And don't take the hitchhiker's car. I mean, don't get in. Come on, people.
It's China. Let's get in. It's a big red. It's like they just love it because it's China. The roadblock of a language barrier did not apply because they have Duolingo. They have Google Translate. I find it fascinating that
and you don't even read the terms of service on what you have, let alone the terms of service of this new thing.
They're not reading any of that. See, that's Gen Z. Now, us business owners, I've talked about it a lot, and we've talked about where to go and where the attention. We're following that. And what did we say? I think I said YouTube. We talk about YouTube a lot. YouTube is one of those long game things that I like to look at.
Yep.
The farming analogy, the gardening, the fishing, long-term activities that you put into it and cultivate in. And a good example, I'm glad you brought up Roberto Blake. He's a good one to follow. If you're going YouTube, let me investigate that. He's got videos for everything. Whatever level you're at, beginner, intermediate, advanced. He's got it all. He's talked about it a lot for years. At least since 2016 when I found him. He has it on his channel. So if you want to investigate more, Roberto Blake, please follow him and see. And I'm glad to see that I mean, I'm not surprised that he has a YouTube video this week about what to do about TikTok ban. He knows. He knows. So these are the things that we need to think about with the marketplace of attention. And I say that because don't listen to the people that are panicking and leaving. Yes, okay, yes, they're leaving, they're deleting. Some will. And I said 2 words, I put it on my threads, Cambridge Analytica. That's the first thing that popped into my head when I heard about this Zuckerberg. And this was like the first, January 2025, the new year is starting off with this. And I'm like, don't panic. Meta's the Death Star. If you're a business owner, stay calm. Stay calm. And that's what we talk about here. Where are things going? I've been saying YouTube. So don't avoid YouTube. YouTube will consistently put things in to help. They put the YouTube Shorts in. YouTube Shorts are taking off. There'll be some other things.
Yep.
They put little AI stuff in. There's more tools and we talk about these things in the social media updates on Friday when YouTube is doing different things.
Yes.
When there's a company like that, a platform, a social media platform that is constantly looking at what do our creators need, what would help them create. Why is YouTube doing that? I wonder, does anybody know? Why is YouTube doing that? When you have users, creators that feel comfortable and confident and have the tools to create videos, that's how YouTube gets their ad money. When you make a YouTube video, the more you make, the more ad money, the more money comes in. And guess what? YouTube is generous. They love to share it with you if you're in the partnership program. I think what was it? 50, not 50%.
They give you 55. I know they give you a lot of the pie. They give you a lot of the pie.
Right. So I'm saying what's wrong with that?
Not a thing.
Sounds like a lot of generosity to me. And you would say, well, why is YouTube giving us all these tools, AI tools, comment moderation tools? They even have a whole course or a whole section in their help section for creators that explain to you how to create a new channel, how to grow a new channel. What do you do to get views? They have all the help there. Why? Because it facilitates you as a new person to make videos and feel comfortable and make more videos. If you don't make a video, YouTube doesn't get anything.
Correct. So they're going to help you.
Right.
Create videos. They want you to be successful with a video because they can put an ad there and then they can get give you money and they get money.
Exactly. It's a partnership. That's why they call it the partnership program. It's a partnership. So do you want to be someplace where they're helping you like YouTube? Yeah. So again, the YouTube is if you're not cultivating it, and I even have to look at my channel, I have to get back into doing things with it. But it's there. I just have to go in and go, okay, let me change this, let me change that. I've gone in to some of my older videos from 2022 and I changed the thumbnail. Why? Because it gives a fresher look to the channel. Yeah. I don't have to delete. And then some of my stuff is evergreen. So if I just change the thumbnail to make it fresher and look more like the other thumbnails or, something current graphic wise.
Right.
It's a refresh. It's a thing, and YouTube goes, okay, let's show this to more people, and people get attracted to the thumbnail because that's been proven. The title and the thumbnail is what attracts people.
I'm liking it.
So YouTube people, go ahead and get in the garden of YouTube. Now let them download Red Note. I'm not downloading it at all.
Nope.
I don't care if it takes off or whatever. I am not putting that thing on my phone. Well, not my main phone. I have another phone that that has TikTok. I might put it over there, but I don't really want to.
It's like, why open the door for
yeah. And only Gen Z is doing this. People with I won't say people with sense. People with more experience in age wise and experience wise and have lived a little bit longer on the earth are going, that's not a good idea.
No,
we automatically go, that's not a good idea.
And then it wouldn't have been a problem, but that government was caught spying in a lot of different areas. So
there's a lot of stuff going on with that government for years. So just because it's in the App Store doesn't mean that it's okay. And experience and living your life for a number of years will tell you, just because it's there doesn't mean it's good for you.
Yeah.
No. But so I wanted to talk about this attention thing because this is like, attention is where everything begins, everything starts. And we're on social media because in the last 10-15 years this is where attention has moved, even more so, growing every year.
Right.
And we have to roll with the punches of what Meta does, or what Microsoft does, or what Snapchat does, and the way you do that, the way you move, is to pay attention. Now, there's a lot of information flowing around every day. You don't have to pay attention. You come here because we're going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about it every day, and especially on Fridays. So one of these days, you're going to get the information that you need. So, I mean, that's it. Just I'm seeing a lot of panic and a lot of deleting of Facebook accounts, deleting of Meta. We're leaving. We're going to Blue Sky. I said bye. I'm staying.
Let's just see. And because you don't know anybody over, well, you might know somebody over there, but
staying.
you gotta like bump into people on accident. Oh, do you know somebody? I was like, oh my gosh.
Listen, and you have to tell people where you are on Blue Sky. Where do you tell them? Oh, you have to be on Facebook. Oh, you have to be on Instagram. You have to be somewhere else to tell them to go to Blue Sky. See how that works? So there's going to be a lot of other people that are going to ignore this news, ignore the noise, adapt, do what they need to do, go, okay, new administration coming in, a lot of things are going to change. This is just one thing that I'm just going to go, But the Death Star is still turning. Why? Because they're making money from ads. Once they stop making money, then I'll start to worry. They're making money. Now, I'm not saying this is the way to be. This is not great. It's not great news, right? It's not. But I'm just saying that this is from a business perspective. These are the things that have to be done. And people will still go there. And remember, Facebook is mostly used for marketplace and groups.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen a lot of people talk about, I would leave Facebook if it wasn't for my whatever group that are, they're part of the community where there's thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. They're not going to abandon that willy-nilly.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Calm. We'll be calm. We'll see what we need to do. Again, curate your feed. Watch the neighborhood you go in. If you get a pest, you get a fly or something coming in your house, get the fly swatter and suppress it.
Yes. Get it out.
Yeah.
I like that.
You'll be
gotta
okay. We're gonna be
right.
okay. Listen, we had this we rolled this ride in 2016. What happened? Wasn't a great ride, but we rode it and the roller coaster ended. We're going back for round 2.
And you're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be okay, and it's gonna be a little different. And there's I think I did something on Periscope years ago when he got in the first time, and I said something. I gotta find it. Something about this doesn't affect your life. So I gotta find it because I said the same things then, that this doesn't stop what we're doing.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't stop. It's just that it gets the noise and attention, and that's what he wants. He wants you to be upset. He wants you to look at the news. He wants you to get mad when he talks about Greenland or this or Canada. He wants you to get mad. What do?
Ignore.
Stop watching
Because
the news.
you have to know, and you need to go back to, what is it? Government classes. What is the class
The
called?
civics
Class. He can't just come up here and do stuff.
It's all talk, people. It's
Oh
the
my
boogeyman to scare you.
gosh.
Now there'll be some things that will happen. Some things will get through, but that's why we have the 3 branches of government. They may not be working 100% like we want, but there's going to be some roadblocks. So we are going to have to, toughen it up. And like I said, we made it through. So I see a lot of despair and, I don't know how I'm going to get through. I'm going to handle it. I'm like, we're going to be fine. We made it through that time and we'll make it through this one.
Yes.
So I gotta dig up that. I think I downloaded my Periscope things and I have the audio, so I might do something with it. But I understand that people are fearful. I'm not saying not to be fearful. I'm saying feel that, and then think about the past. The 4 years weren't great. It was a rough ride, but we made it. We got from A to B. We got through it. I'm gonna do it again. So now, just
So, would you say that we need to position and prepare? You know it's coming, and take a.
I would say, yeah, I would say, well, this is the thing, because I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube and a lot of people and threads, and I still go to X. I don't participate, but that's where conversations are happening. I'm going to be there. So a lot of marginalized communities are thinking that things are going to be targeted at them, and it will be. But I think if you watch and decide, what am I going to do if X happens? What am I going to do? Just for an example, one of my Facebook friends, she's married to a trans person. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I apologize. But they got married. I forgot what happened, but I saw her Facebook a couple weeks ago. She said, and I said, congratulations. What they did was they researched their marriage in, I think it's the state of New Jersey. I think they researched it and found out what they needed to do to stay married in New Jersey, because they're looking at a state by state case in case anything happens federally. So they're looking at the state they live in, researched it, talked to the lawyer, blah, blah, blah. They got remarried in the state of New Jersey as, as the trans thing is happening, because they don't know what's coming. So they said, we'd rather be prepared in case the Supreme Court does what it does, or this person does something, happens legally. So they did the research and found out all they had to do was get married again. Boop, done. So they said, and I said, congratulations, whatever. And everybody was happy, and they're going to be in the boat that they're in, prepared legally. And that's all we can do, is to say, what do I need to do to prepare? And we have to look at it a state by state case. Unfortunately, however your state government is running, is how your life is really going to be affected. So I use that as an example because I thought that was a great thing that they took the time to research and didn't just go, okay, well, we got married, whatever. I don't know where they got married originally, but they decided, let's investigate. Let's look at it legally. Let's talk to a lawyer and see what our options are. The option was to get married again in New Jersey. So they're protected by New Jersey state laws. So there you go. That's just one example of, like I'm saying, what do we do? Instead of being despair of, oh my God, they're going to come for my husband or my wife because blah, blah, blah. They said, well, what can we do today before the transition happens? And that's what they did. So that's one of the things you might want to do in the next couple of days. Think about, well, am I protected by my state for XYZ? And investigate that and see what you can do. And we just batten down the hatches. The hurricane is coming. What do you do? What do you do when the hurricane comes? You
put up the shutters.
Yeah.
Board up the windows.
Handbags. Take important papers.
Right. And people know what to do in that
in an emergency. What are you going to do in case of an emergency? Whether whatever it is in your area, do those things. And we're not going to sit here and panic and cry. Yes, but then there's a part where you go, okay, let me wipe my tears. Let me get out of the despair and let me decide how I can best prepare for this. Hey, Dr. Tachi's here. Hello.
Hey, Dr. Tachi.
Okay, so I did pretty good. I had some coughing fits for a minute, but I really wanted to talk about this because I felt like it was important to bring up Meta and what they're doing and how, yes, it is a bad thing, but we are going to have to batten down the hatches, prepare for as best we can, and decide where you want to weather the storm. If you want to leave Meta, it's fine, leave it. But I'm not going anywhere. Because one, I've already curated my feed, so I might be a little bit protected from the storm, and I'm not going to venture out. And you know how when there's a hurricane, the people go out with the camera and they're like, "Oh, look at the wind and look at the."
Oh, you mean like that movie Twister? I was like, seriously, y'all gonna go?
Yeah, because I think something happened in one of the hurricanes in Florida, and then it was afterwards, and they were like, I'm not sure where it was, but they were at the edge of the water, and it was someplace where the water had gone out. I'm trying to say Tampa. I want to say Tampa Bay. That might not be right, but the person had the video, and they were like, somebody was there was a barricade where the water would be. And the people were on the other side walking in the sand and going, oh, what happened to the water? And then the water started to come back and they had to run. Like literally the water was coming, like, because it was normally like at the barrier. So here comes the water. It's coming back. And then they're running. And I'm like, well, why would you stand over there when normally that's a body of water? That's like a big body of water. And then all of a sudden you go, hey, look at the sand. Look at the fish flopping. Look at the shells. Oh, let's go out there and walk.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. That touch says foolish. Exactly. I'm not sure where this was, but I saw that video. I was like, nope. If I know that there's a body of water there that usually I can't get into, and then it disappears, thank you. Shouldn't have been there in the first place. Yeah, they were walking on the sand, and there's a big concrete barricade that held that where the water was, and all of a sudden the water started to come back, and it didn't trickle. It was coming like waves, and they had to run for it, and they recorded it.
It is so interesting how they can record stuff, and this is a side note, it's crazy. So I don't know if anybody ever saw that video where the dolphin or something snatched the little girl off the pier.
No.
And okay, and the dude is filming. I'm like, how come you didn't put the camera down?
Thank you.
Go help.
Exactly.
You saw I was like, what the heck is happening with people? I got to get this for.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So I know because when there's a side note with 9/11 and stuff, and we were down there, and I was down there, and we were we saw the stuff, and I was running. I was like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me record this big ball of dust. Let me run. That's all I was thinking about. We gotta go. I'm not trying to record this big thing. It's imprinted in my mind. I don't need to record it. But this was before social media was really like, like you said, people recording with their phones, before the smartphone and stuff. So
it's like, no, but let's
but
leave.
we were like, it's time to go.
Yeah, and there's
It's time to go. I don't need to record. I don't need to let me get my camera out and take a picture. No, we're running up Broadway. Nah, nope. So I mean, I don't. It's a different time. People now, like you said, they will record instead of helping or getting out of the way, or it's a phenomenon. So, but that's all that's what I have for today. Talking about the marketplace of attention. Again, I think this will be a theme that I will talk about more if we need to, because attention is, that's the beginning of everything. Because you want to, when people say they want to leave Meta, and you're a business owner, where I can't really leave because the attention is here. I have to deal with the conversation or whatever the rules are that Zuckerberg has put out, and deal with it the best that I can.
Right. You want to know more? You need to reach out to TJ. I'm sure she's got some things coming up that can help us, even with your particular business, whatever it is. You may need to consult with her, ask some questions where you can get it. You're in a safe space to get some answers. You can get some spot on answers, and you don't have to swim through the minutia of everything else that's out there. TJ can help you. You go straight to the source. Get that marketing insight, get the social media insight on the best ways to use it from a trusted source. So you can reach out to TJ at terryjohnsononline.com/info and get connected so that you can get some help.
Yeah.
And do it now.
Find me. Terry Johnson Online is the handle everywhere you want to be. Every platform that you want to be on.
And search her out. Ask questions, get answers, grow your business. Okay. You can also become a part of the Bizchicks community. You can do it one of two ways. You can text Biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net. However you decide to join up with us, we want to help you take the hassle out of your hustle.
Can you put the number up for a minute? I just want to mention something real quick. So you see how there's the text to join Bizchicks, text Biz to 33777. That's another thing we're going to talk about, that the second level of, okay, if everybody leaves X platform, whatever platform, how do I get my people to know where I am? So this is one of the ways, one of the important ways. Having a text line or text SMS messaging. Want to work on that.
Okay. Yeah, because you need to know where to go in an emergency.
Right.
And people will pick up a text.
And there's a certain way that you have to do this, because you're in, it's like being in a guest in someone's home. So we're not inviting everybody in. So you have to have something really nice and good to get people to text to your SMS messaging list. So this is very important. It just hit me when we was looking at it and talking about it. This is going to be one of the important ways.
Yes. So we're here to help. And we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. TJ will be here next Tuesday. And you can also catch her on Friday with the Tech Divas as we're talking tech and media, social media this week. And there's a lot of stuff that's been going on this week. CES and stuff happened. There's so much. We got TikTok to talk about.
Oh, boy.
We got things to talk about on Friday. So be sure to join us. We look forward to seeing you. And thank you. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah.
And is there a holiday coming up? Is that Monday or is that
Monday is January 20th, which is Martin Luther King Jr. birthday. Official
holiday?
Holiday. Federal. I want to say federal
Okay.
holiday. Official
Federal holiday. Okay, because I knew it was coming. I thought his birthday's on the 15th, but I think they made the 20th the.
Yeah, it's the what is it? The third Monday or the second Monday. I forgot what it is. Third Monday. It's also Inauguration Day, but again, we're celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
There we go. We'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.